I think it's pretty obvious that I'm a LINUSTECHTIPS fanboy. I mean, he is definitely, without doubt, an inspiration for everyone doing tech on YouTube. He trailblazed the way to show that tech on YouTube is legitimate tech journalism by doing it all with integrity, well-written daily tech uploads that truly help people make better purchase decisions and just be more interested in technology. He's done so and built an empire, a big corporation that's successful and sustainable and just straight up impressive. But did you know he is extremely connected to Singapore in one essential way? His wife. His wife, Yvonne, is clearly Asian if you've watched any of his videos featuring her, but what you probably didn't know is that she is of Singaporean origin, but she is actually formerly Singaporean, and of course her parents and family live in Singapore. So in 2015, when Linus was on a honeymoon, I guess, on holiday with his wife, he came to Singapore to visit his in-laws. So in 2015, when he went to Singapore to visit his in-laws, the in-laws' house Wi-Fi was pretty terrible. To fix it, he went to Lim Square to go and buy things, and it does result in a very, very nice video to watch, especially if you're a Singaporean and a tech nerd like me, because he goes to Lim Square and he does a bunch of Singaporeanisms. Let's react to it right now. So the video is called Pimp My Wi-Fi, Solving Problems and Shopping at Lim Square if you want to watch it.
So this is the place we're staying in Singapore with some of my wife's relatives. It's absolutely beautiful. We're talking like...
It is a really nice looking house. He's not wrong here, and I think depending on the location, this house in Singapore probably costs $5 to $6 million, probably at this point in the current market. So
these guys are using the ISP provided modem, switch, router, access point combo unit.
So that's a StarHub provided router. I wouldn't say that like StarHub or Singtel or M1 or whatever is better, but modem provided by StarHub or your ISP in Singapore is up to like 2019, they were pretty garbage. More recently, with competition from like MyRepublic and stuff like that, with them providing ASUS routers and stuff, the competition has increased. So Singtel's default router is actually a lot better these days. Another reason as to why I think the Wi-Fi router probably wasn't enough is because houses in Singapore are built with concrete that your average router is going to struggle sending signals past, right? Because a house in Canada, a house in America, they're going to be more likely built with wood panels, fiberglass panels, that kind of thing. In Singapore, it's pretty much always concrete for a good few reasons. Number one, we like really sturdy houses. Obviously, we want our walls to be sturdy. Number two, we're always building high up because we have very little land, so land and space efficiency is essential. So we build a lot of multi-story buildings, be it landed property or be it, condos and apartments. No matter what it is, generally concrete walls for sturdiness and space efficiency because we need a rigid, sturdy building to build multiple floors. So our walls tend to be concrete, which is going to make it harder for our Wi-Fi signals to spread through a house. The classic intro. Oh dude, these were like early NVMe SSDs where it's kind of like it would take SATA power and it would be a 2.5 inch and then it would be like a special plug in the motherboard.
Alright, so we're here at the famous Lim Square where I'll be trying to find some better wireless gear. And
this sign, I feel like this DBS Lim Square sign that holds up the important notice hasn't changed. They might have changed the label on it, but I think it's still there. It looks a bit different now with like a different ad on it and a different notice on it, but that sign I'm quite sure is still the same.
I'm generally checking it out because I've heard a lot of stuff about this place. Number one is that it's an awesome place to find pretty much anything electronics and computery, and number two is that it's a great place to get scammed with everyone giving different sorts of advice. But apparently, Mobile 22 PTE Limited and Gadget Terminal PTE Limited.
What's interesting is that Mobile 22 Private Limited, if I'm not wrong, is the same exact shop that really sparked off a crackdown on problematic SimLim shops. So Mobile 22 was really like a bad case of you're just terrible, terrible shop. It was a phone shop that would make you sign like weird contracts and rip you off thousands of dollars. And they would target tourists who come to Singapore because they want a legitimate iPhone. They don't trust the shops back in their own country. So what happened was this really big hoorah because there was a really sad incident of a Thai tourist being scammed more than $2,000+ for an iPhone 4S. And back then an iPhone was about $800, $900. So basically double the cost. And because this was a Thai tourist and he didn't actually have all that much money, he was kind of begging for his money back because he realized he was being scammed and he was on his knees. There was a whole video on it. He was posted online and there was a lot of sympathy for the guy. So what happened because of that was that there was a lot of attention put on Lim Square scams. The police cracked down with a really big operation. A lot of shops got closed by Lim Square and by the police, any sort of scam things. But I think it was mostly Mobile 22, the guy who ran it, that got the brunt of the force. And it was kind of like he was made an example of that really caused the scams in Lim Square to be substantially lower now than before. Because back then, you would never buy a phone from Lim Square because there would just be so many phone shops there, and you just rest assured 95% of the time you get scammed. But nowadays, there aren't even any phone shops left in Lim Square, probably because of all this hoo-ha. And what's interesting about this, the guy who scammed the Thai tourist, he got doxxed, like early 2015 style doxx, where, you know, they revealed his Facebook, his private pictures and stuff like that. His name was Jova Chew. A lot of people make fun of him, and I think he went to prison for his illegal scam activities, which was pretty interesting. One thing that's interesting though, as well, is that despite the number of scammy phone and camera shops in the first floor of Lim Square in the past, never once was there a question on the reputation of PC part shops in the higher floors of Lim. In fact, ironically enough, the shady, darker areas of Lim Square, which was the higher floors, were often the times with the most legit shops because they were the PC part shops. And because PC part shops had nowhere to go and it was a small, tight-knit community, if you scam someone, you will be put out of business and there will be no tourists to scam because no tourist is coming to Singapore to buy GPUs. GPUs were not out of stock and hard to get your hands on at that point in time. They were very, very commonplace and very reasonably priced, which was, I missed those.
I wish they'd had this place when we lost our microphone in Taipei. I wonder if I need one of these. Probably not. So I think there's 5 or 6 stories. They got all kinds of fun stuff on the second floor. RC stuff, some more computer-y type stuff, and ladders. Lots of ladders.
Fun fact, that sex shop doll was there until like the last time I saw it was 2018, 2019. I don't think the shop, I don't think the shop is closed now. I think the shop is still there, but this like doll was there for like a good 3-4 years, even after this video was made. So like they didn't move it. Things don't change much in Lim Square. It's like a place stuck in time.
I'm actually looking for, let's see, I think it would be about a 30-foot Ethernet cable. White? Oh, you only have bulk for white. So the third floor looks like the place to be for getting the networking stuff we need. This is her shop where I was told to ask them about the fasteners and white cable.
Lim Square will always like recommend one shop or the other because they're all like friends and they don't compete with each other. It still exists today. Like if they don't have a part or something, they'll be like, oh, check out this shop. As much as they're competition with each other, they're also not. It's a weird dynamic within the shops in Lim Square. It's like a community that is trying to take each other's money, but also they're not really at each other's neck.
Ah, so that guy bringing everything. I need a 10-meter white Ethernet cable.
Only Cat 7.
Don't know how legitimate that Cat 7 is.
Only Cat 7. Okay, how much is that then? A little overkill. Oh, nice. It's like a flat one too. That's actually kind of awesome. It's like sticky fasteners.
Maybe you can make a payment.
If this fits, I will buy this. Say 3 packs of that.
This one left one.
Okay, well, last one.
Singaporeanism. Ayah.
39? Yeah. Looks like we're back to the first store. You guys win. Everyone else's price sucks.
I think he probably could have gotten a better price if he went to Trade Pack. I don't think best price PCs was a thing then. PC themes wasn't, I don't think, in 2015. But Trade Pack is an entity that was around since like 2013 or something. They've been there like forever. If he went to Trade Pack, he would have gotten a better price. I'm willing to bet. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But back then, I knew conclusively when I was into Lim in 2015, Trade Pack was the best price. Nowadays, it's a lot more competitive, a lot more even, but back then, like, I would just walk straight to Trade Pack because, Jesus, that pricing was madness.
Okay. DDR2?
Hello.
800.
DDR2 800, perfect. I come all the way here to buy computer hardware, right? You want to be in the video?
Bruh, I wish this was me, you know? I was free as a helling... Look, I was free as a damn student at that point in time. I had no idea he was in Singapore. If not, I would have like camped the place, camped Lim Square, and I'm just... As you can tell, I've been a fanboy for a very long time because I saw this video when it came out live. So I've been following and watching LINUSTECHTIPS since like 2013. 2013, 2014, so yeah, I wish this was me.
Everyone else gave me really bad prices, maybe because I'm white.
If you are white, not necessarily in Singapore, but like in Southeast Asia in general, you probably will get ripped off, more likely to get ripped off if you look clearly like a tourist. And he looks like a tourist. You look at the sunglasses, the freaking backpack, the hat, backwards cat. He looked like a freaking tourist, the definition archetypal tourist in this. So yeah, he's probably not gonna get the best prices. Thankfully, his wife is there at least, and she's Singaporean, but I don't know how much that helped. I think Lim Square is a lot better now with this.
We got our RAM and SSD, but we still need our networking stuff. Our networking stuff.
Trade pack. Why didn't he go in? He just dances to the music. Also, fun fact about the computer that's playing music, that still exists. They still have like a dedicated PC playing music at Trade Pack that sits in that exact slot. I don't think they've changed the table. Like up to like 2018 or 2019, it was using the same green Corsair M65 mouse you see in the video here. I know up to like 2018, 2019, it was still using that same mouse, that same keyboard, but this time it was just grimy and covered in dust when it was a couple of years later when I went. The PC is probably still the same PC that they were using to play the music in this video. Trade Pack is an establishment, but most importantly, it doesn't want to change for anything, which is lovely. But they got good prices.
All these laptops are broken? Why do you keep them? Just in case? Oh good, yeah, this one does include both the PoE adapter and the unit. So in fact, I won't even need a PoE switch. That's excellent. Another option would just be to get like a Nighthawk X6 and call it a day.
I don't want to use a repeater.
Yeah, I don't want to use a repeater. 529? These things are like 300 bucks where I'm from.
Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I like how he was like, that's ridiculous! And the guy is not defending on his side. Yeah, it is. Back then, actually, even though it's like only 7 years ago, the pricing of high-end technology in Singapore was always kind of consistently higher, even after exchange rates and stuff, to the rest of the world. I think it's mostly because it was kind of small scale back then, but nowadays, because maybe Singaporeans got richer, or maybe companies started to import more stuff into Singapore because they realized, number one, we are techies, and number two, we have a lot of per capita spending power, which is higher than a lot of other countries in the world, that they started shipping stuff to us, that our price actually gets more competitive with the rest of the world now. Or maybe it's just a matter of globalization. But I distinctively remember doing the maths and calculating exchange rate and possible GST and tax, that I was like, why is Singapore's GPUs and stuff more expensive than international stuff? You know, maybe those are the particular reasons. They just were small scale imports. But nowadays, pricing is about even with the rest of the world.
378.
378. Wow.
At least it's
Maybe
not a
this
laptop
place
store.
has stuff. At least it's not a laptop store.
That's the top floor. I actually sat there in front of that empty lot once, just looking at price sheets, determining what price I should get.
What's pricing on the AC66U?
243.
243? Okay. Not bad. So far, you're the best option right now.
Oh, very good. 很好. He just like vibing in a LINUSTECHTIPS video, and that has been recorded for 5.3 million people to see since then.
Like I promised your uncle one cable. So you know what I think we're gonna do? Oh, I don't like this at all, but we're gonna go get one AP Pro. Whatever they have there, I wanna buy it.
That STFU is actually, I think, a study cafe. If I'm not wrong, they're still there, obviously renovated, but
The first study cafe. This is like a maze. I can't even find the stores we were shopping at before.
he's not wrong. I think the big problem with Lim Square is that it's extremely symmetrical. So it's like a circle in the middle, a circle on the outside, and like 4 streets connecting the 2 circles. And what ends up happening is that because it's so symmetrical, you don't really get like landmarks and you can't really figure out where exactly things are.
AP Pro 389. AP Pro 408.
But I like going to Lim Square and picking up the physical paper price list. I used to do that all the time because I would have Chinese tuition nearby. So then after my tuition, I would come here, walk around, collect price lists and just look at price lists. And I think in 2015 was my peak Lim obsession. I knew the prices of everything because I was trying to build a PC.
Well, overall, I'm not happy about it, but at least they waived the 3% stupid credit card surcharge after I asked, what, 3 times?
Yeah, that's Lim Square. Whew, honestly, that was nostalgic. That was a trip back into the past. Because back in 2015 was my peak building PC at Lim Square days, because I was obsessed with getting the best prices because I was trying to build my first ever gaming PC at that point in time. So I was watching his videos, a lot of videos. I was walking around Lim Square comparing obsessively the prices of everything, which was really, really fun. Damn! Okay, so that was this video. It's probably one of my favorite videos of all time, Pimp My Wi-Fi Lim Square, because number 1, it's a good video. Number 2, it's Linus Tech Tips in Lim Square. Who's not gonna like that? Number 3, it's Lim Square. Like, that is a quintessentially me kind of place. So it's a great clashing of worlds when I first saw this video. It blew my mind, and I've enjoyed watching it ever since. Like, I think I've watched this video at least 5 to 10 times at this point. I love it. I still love it. It's great. Awesome. If you haven't watched this video, go check it out. I'll link it in the description below. And thank you for coming along this little nostalgia journey to 2015 Lim Square and through this journey of me as a youngster fanboying over Linus Tech Tips as a content creator. Hope that was pretty fun. Hope that was pretty enjoyable. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos coming soon. And all love to you guys, especially those that stay to the end. Bye.